welcome to our Wednesday night craft class. I'm going to make sure that I can see us on my other screen, and I'm also going to share to my Facebook page. So if you're here, say hello, and I will respond back. I'm super excited to be here. I'm going to mute as, let's see. Yep. Oh, that's weird. It says we're live, but we're not live. Weird. Oh, here we are. Oh, okay, good. Yay, that was weird. I've never seen that before. All right, here we go. And copy. I'm going to share on Facebook. All right. So today we're going to do two projects, and we're also going to I'm going to show you all the swaps and samples and stuff from the past couple of weeks. I've participated in some swaps with some friends, and I'm excited to show you all of that. So let me post on here, and then we will get started. As a reminder, before we start, there is still a fantastic promotion going on right now with the starter kit. And you can get all of the new InColor items. So you're gonna get the markers, the ink pads, a pack of the cardstock and the DSP for free, on top of $125 worth of whatever you want, $4.99 with free shipping. It's a great deal. And one of the things that I'll say for the starter kit is that you could get the starter kit just because you want to get this great deal. You could get it because you want to keep getting a discount. You get 20% off of all of your purchases after that. But you could also get it because you just want to stick around. You might enjoy our team and our team atmosphere. We have a lot of fun. We meet every month on Zoom, and we do creative projects and support one another. We have a lot of fun. We do Secret Santa at Christmas, just fun stuff. Or you might want to stick around and start a small business. That is up to you. Where you take it is up to you. You'll never be pressured by me to do anything more than that. So if you're here, say hello. And now that we've had about a month to play with the new InColors, I want to hear what your favorite InColor is. So I'm going to grab, these are all swaps. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Or cards that I've been working on. So I'm gonna flip this down, and we're gonna check this out, and then I've got two quick projects that we're gonna use with the blending brushes that I just cleaned because they needed a good washing. Yeah, they're in good shape, so that's good. Oh, and let me get a grid paper. Hold on. All right. That's a very well used grid paper. Let's flip it over. All right, here we go. Ready? All right. So the other side of this grid paper has seen some of the Seaside Wishes excitement, so that's exciting. And let's see. It feels like we're lagging, or that we're behind, which is really. Oh, there we go. I want to be live. You can't see us, but that's okay. Okay, all right, well, that's good. Oh, there we are. Excellent. All right, that's about as good as it's going to get. Okay, I'm going to flip it over so we have a nice clean surface, and I'm going to show you guys some of these amazing swaps that our friends did on our team. So here is the super cute little birdhouse. And I love the details on this. like the little wood grain pieces. The Unbounded Beauty, love that. I think the sentiments in that set are really strong and really cute. Here's another birdhouse, super cute. And I like how one of these birdhouses was definitely more simple than the other, but it shows sort of like if you just have the stamps, right? We kind of talked about this. If you just have the stamps, right? Or if you have the dies, right? Like what are your options? And I think that this showcases those two options really well. This is still a really, really cute card, even if you just have the stamps and the ink. But when you have die cuts and you can do all these extra things, I mean, it really does kind of take it to the max. That's a really fun sunset. I forget the name of that set. It'll either come to me or I'll grab my catalog really quick and I'll tell you. So all of our friends helped to make these, and this one was done by Susan. And when she saw this set, she was like, "Oh, I'm definitely doing that one." I was like, "Oh, okay." It's not a set I would have picked out. Under the Moon is what it's called. And then this is the Seaside Wishes, which is super cute, using the new basic beige color, which is awesome. And then this is a fun little shaker card with the cake. And beautiful. Thank you for supporting my small business. Love these butterflies. I love what she did with them. I think they look great. The thoughtful moments, thoughtful wishes. We have the Spotlight on Beauty. That's a really nice one. This is the Forever Friends one, I think is what it's called. But it's the one that has like all the cute little animals, the hedgehog and the, I don't know what they are, badgers, I don't know. It's a wild stamp set. Hearts and Hugs, that's what it is. Badgers, it does have badgers. And a mouse and some walruses. But this is showing kind of how you can use the set outside of that, which I think is really great. And then we're shifting into some of the cards that we made at our, and then my swap is here. So we're actually going to make this one tonight together. So I'll show you how to make this card. You can find this card. We do case the catalog. So we copy the catalog when we make these swaps, and it's really fun. This one, you can find this card on page 42. And I'm going to show you what they told me to do and how I did it a little different. We also had a fun Stamp Camp day, and we did some technique stuff. So we did some Poppin' Pastels, which is really fun. And this is the other card we're going to make tonight, and because it showcases the new in colors, I think really well, especially the Peach Pie and the Petunia Pop. Super fun. We did some technique cards. So this was alcohol markers on window sheet. We did some brayering, and then we did a really fun double slider card. So, whoa, like what? That's crazy. So this is a really cool card. And I love that we got to learn how to make it together, and it really was a fun project to make. So that was a really fun afternoon at our Stamp Camp. And then in the morning at Stamp Camp, we focused on the new in colors and the Something for Everyone ephemera pack. So we did some really cute cards with that and the Saying Hey stamp set. So lots of fun designs for that one. I'm gonna kind of push them down, see if I can fit everybody in. Some birthday, some thank you. I love this one with the cowboy. I think he's super cute. And I always love a good card with cake, just saying. So So yeah, really fun cards that we made in the morning featuring all the new in colors. We've got the Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, and Petunia Pop. So those are really fun. And then last week I had my paper party. So when you participate in a paper share, product share with me, we do I do a paper party with it. And the reason I do that is so that you learn how to use the papers, and maybe you learn a little bit about the papers and the theory behind them. And then hopefully that helps you to play with them and do more. So I'll have to show you that one in a minute. Birthday. So we did 11 cards for the paper party, which was really fun. We used each and every single DSP in the new catalog. And I love it because on this one I had the two little ducks, but on this one I ended up having him have a froggy friend. And so I'm going to do a this or that, so you guys will be able to tell me which one's your favorite, if you like the frog better or you like the two little ducks better. So lots of fun, lots of sample cards, hopefully lots of inspiration for you. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make some of these cards. So let me get my little supply piles out and let's make it happen. All right. All right, so we're gonna do the one with the masks first. And before we do that, I just wanna put out a PSA. So I got this really cute card. It was a March Paper Pumpkin card in the mail from someone. And all of these wooden pieces, I looked behind here and they're all busted. I mean, this whole thing like came apart. And so it's really important, especially if you're gonna send something as thick as wood, that you use a butterfly stamp. So they have these, they call them non-machinable surcharge. And what it means is that this stamp, if you put this on your envelope, it won't go through the big rollers and it won't smush your projects. So sometimes when you get projects and like the embellishments have like pierced through the envelope, or in this case, it just completely kills your project. When you use the butterfly stamp, they won't be able to do that. They have to hand cancel it, which is really nice. So just a plug for hand canceling and buying, just spending a little bit of extra money and doing that. All right. So we're going to play with one of the mask sets. And this is Enduring Beauty. So this is Enduring Beauty. There are 2 sets of floral masks in the new catalog. There's this set, which is a carryover set, and then there's a brand new set. The new set is beautiful, but they both function and work the same way. And I like the fonts a little better on this one. So honestly, this is the one that I have, and so this is the one I'm using. I'm also using some Petunia Pop cardstock and a piece of the Unbounded Love DSP behind it. So when we do that, when you get the masks, there are these little numbers up here. They're very, very faint. And I also don't agree with the order of operations. So I renumbered them and put the big marker on them. You're gonna keep the notch on your left. And we're going to die cut this out eventually, so we don't have to be perfect about where we put it, because we're gonna die cut it eventually. We're gonna use Peach Pie as our first color. And what I like about this is that you could use the masks and the stamp. You could use just the stamp. You could use just the masks. You have a lot of choice here, which is great. When you're using your blending brushes, just don't forget to, your first pounce needs to go off, and then you can, right? So we're just gonna like get some color. We're gonna kind of blend it off. And that might be a little too dark there, but that's okay. All right, so we got some color. Great. So that's number one. Number two, we're going to come in and we're going to line up. And it's a little hard to line this one up, I think. I had to kind of really pay attention. You kind of watch, you know, an upper and a lower, you know, you kind of look at your four corners to make sure you've got it done well. And then you're going to hold this down. Remember, we're going to pounce off, and then we're going to add some more color. So we're doing a little tone on tone situation here. And I like it because it just proves that we don't need, you know, you don't need 5 colors. Just because there's 5 masks, you don't have to have 5 colors. All right, cool. So then we're going to close that up. And the other thing I'll say is there's a lot of ink on these blending brushes. So, I mean, you're going to get a lot more ink out of here. So just don't feel like you have to keep adding a ton of ink. All right, I am going to use Shaded Spruce for this one, and I'm not going to use Shy Shamrock. I just thought Shaded Spruce was a better color. I haven't washed these, so that's why they're kind of a hot mess. All right, so let's see how this lines up with all of our friends. All right. So as you can see, again, I'm just trying to kind of make sure that I'm close. Like I might see a little bit of edges here and there, but I feel like I'm pretty close. I don't tape my pieces down. I just hold them, and they seem to do just fine. So, all right, again, we're just gonna go off, and then we're gonna add some color. We're gonna do color on color, tone on tone for this one too. So this layer, you don't have to go as dark. You can, you know, you can go a little softer on this one if you want. I do like to kind of go in circles because it helps to get kind of near the edges of the masks. But you'll see I'm not being like aggressive or anything. All right, and then we've got the detail piece. So again, we're gonna come in, we're going to kind of look and see, like, all right, where is this supposed to go? You know, and make sure that our pieces are lined up. I think I had it and I lost it, but now I think I found it again. Maybe right there. Perfect. All right. Don't forget to go off. And this one I am going to come in a little bit heavier. But again, I'm not being like aggressive. You want to be careful with these masks because you can like kind of break or bend the leaf, like the veining on the leaf, and you don't want to do that because then you won't have a good masked image later. Oh, and there we go. All right, well, haha, we're done with that level. That looks really nice. Yay. Okay, so then I wanted to add a little bit of pop per se, so I used Petunia Pop, which is fun. All right, so the last color we're going to use is Petunia Pop. That's the new in color. And we're going to line this up. All right, so it's kind of anybody's guess on this one as to like where this lines up exactly and how this is supposed to look, but I think that looks pretty good. All right, same concept. We're gonna rub off, and then we're gonna add. This is a pretty dark color. I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be a little bit softer. I love that it's dark though, and I think it makes a really fun center for our flowers and our little stamens. So cool. All right, there we go. Nice. So then we're going to run this through the Stampin' Cut emboss machine. On my sample, the reason I went back and numbered these guys is I did the whole thing backwards. I had the notches on the right. And so my piece ended up I couldn't actually die cut it. I kept spinning this thing around and around. So I had to hand cut mine out, which was really wild. But you can just run this through the die machine. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment on here. We have, you mean so much to me. There's another one that says holding you close. And I like that one too. So I might do a different one for this one. All right, and I think it fits, yeah. This is the label die that comes with this set. There's not a ton of dies in this set, but this is one of them. All right, we need some Tunia Pop. Nice. Excellent. And then we've got our card base. I love the stripes on this. There's a couple of neutral pieces in the designer series paper that I think look really nice. And this is definitely one of them. I could pop this whole thing up on dimensionals, but I decided not to. And I decided that it was probably better just to glue this flat, pop this one up on dimensionals. And then the other thing that I did with the sample was included some of the new in color shimmer gems. So let me grab those and I'm gonna do this one kind of, yeah. All right, right there. Sorry, that was an indecisive moment. All right. So these are the new in color shimmer gems, and they have Peach Pie, the Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, and the Petunia Pop. I think these are really fun. I'm actually going to do a little Peach Pie since we haven't used a lot of it. And I'm gonna go off and go here. Cool. So, but those are neat, and those have a lot of shine to them. They're really nice. All right, so there's card number 1. Good job. And you could orient that flower, you know, however you want. All right, so card number 2 is this one. And this features the Friends for Life stamp set and dies. So let me show you the dies. So there's some fun shapes in here. So this is actually going to be my class for the month of July. So Seaside Wishes is my June class, and Friends for Life is going to be my July class. If you're here, say hello and tell me which stamp set is your favorite in the catalog so far. Like, which one have you enjoyed seeing samples from? So for this card, we're going to use this piece as a stencil. They recommended actually die cutting the designer series paper and then paper piecing it all back on here, which is crazy if you're making more than one. And even if you're making one, there's no way I would be able to stand that. So we did not do that. So instead, what we did was I made a mask. So I just cut out the piece, the detailed piece, on a piece of thick white just so that I would know that it would, you know, hold up. And then we're going to take that and we are going to, excellent. This maybe it's just an inside piece. We're going to take this and we're going to hold our thing here, and we're going to use pumpkin pie and berry burst are the two main colors in this one. So we're going to use that, and so Full of Life is a very bright focused piece. It's got a lot of brights in it, and I think it's really fun. What I like about this card is that it will actually let you kind of do some lighter shades, even though my sample is a little dark. The sample on the catalog page is a little bit softer, so we can go kind of soft in here, and we want to get a nice blend between those two colors. So, and I'm just going to rub off some of the Petunia Pop just so I get berry burst, but they're in the same color families, so I'm not super worried. So I tend to keep my blending brushes in color families. I have one for like oranges, one for yellows, one for greens. And I think that's the best way to do that. All right. So now we have a fun, neat looking piece. And we're going to need that. So I'm going to stamp the Miss You just on a little tiny piece with the orange, the pumpkin pie. I don't think I've ever used pumpkin pie outside of fall. It's kind of funny. But it's in both this paper pack and the market paper pack. So it's a true orange. It's a clean orange. Oh, I stamped it on the wrong direction. Well, such is life. This one will just go a different way. All right. So we're going to die cut this piece out. So there's a outer heart and an inner heart. So when we do this, then I go cut that out and I'll show you what it does. So, I don't know if you've heard, but in the month of June, all of our bundles are going to be, our die bundles are going to be an extra 10% off. So bundles are already 10% off in the catalog, but they're going to be an extra 10% off. I love the fact that it cuts out this little detailed heart. The other thing I like is that I think this is kind of cool, and so I'm going to use this on a project for sure. I'm just not sure which project and how, but I am going to use it somewhere for this July class. But yeah, I'm really excited about the discount on the die bundles. So, and then they're also discounting the both the mini and the large machine 10% off, which is pretty cool. So, all right. So the last piece to this card is some stamping. And we're going to stamp in white. So Whisper White is our craft ink. We could stamp and then Versamark and do heat embossing, but I don't have the patience for that. And that's just a lot of work. And it's not necessary. White craft ink is a really fun ink. It does take a little bit of getting used to in terms of it's a little tacky. And it does take a little while to dry, so you want to be careful about touching, or in this case, not touching your projects. But it makes a really nice image, and as long as your pad is inked Well, when you receive your white craft ink, it's actually not inked. It's an uninked pad, and I'd forgotten about that. It's been a long time. You can tell mine is very, very old. And so I had a customer call me, and they were like, my ink pad's empty. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Those come uninked. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of glue behind here, and we're going to glue this down. I normally would not glue until my craft ink has dried, but it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be bold and just make it happen. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a banner end on here. If you've never done this before, you can literally just cut up the middle, and then you go from one corner to the middle and the other corner to the middle, which is great. And then I already pre-die cut the skinny friend word. And I actually put some adhesive sheets on the back. So what it does is it makes this die cut like a big sticker, which I really like. So I just have to find the edge of the sticker, which is always problematic for me. Let's see. See if I can do it. All right, I think I did it. There we go. It's very delicate. That's the best word. So be careful when you take this off. And, you know, as you lay it down, make sure it kind of retains its shape. And then we're going to pop that up with some dimensionals. And then I didn't take the time to rescue the eye, the top of the eye. So I thought it was perfectly acceptable to use some of these cute little glimmer pieces to make the top of the eye, and then to kind of sprinkle around. I'm going to use the black ones on this one just because I think it's a little bit different, and I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's too even. Great. So on this one I used the silver, and on that one I used the black, but I think they're both cute. And there you go. 2 really fun, cute cards using some bright colors from the catalog, and I'm hopefully giving you some inspiration to use your blending brushes and get a little inky. And yeah, hope that was fun for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm really looking forward to the Seaside Wishes class. I'll make sure to post a link down below for registration. And if you're not on my newsletter list, let me know, and I'm happy to add you to the newsletter list. But hope you enjoyed tonight's class. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week, okay? Happy summer, y'all.